Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Praise the Lord and welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. So excited to have this wonderful opportunity to come to you today to lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural, normal, and necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. That grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. Thank you so very much for joining us on today, and so excited to have this opportunity to lead you. Make sure you like, share, tag somebody in this post. If this devotion is a blessing to you, I promise you it'll be a blessing to somebody else. And so make sure you share the love and share the wealth. Here it is. Today is day 187. We're going to talk about I can try acting as if. I can try acting as if. Let's see what this devotion is talking about today. I'm all about being authentic in grief. I've learned that if I'm not honest, I can get any momentum toward healing. I can't get any momentum toward healing. But once in a while, I need a little push. I need to get, I might get stuck in a self sabotaging rut, and none of my honest morning efforts seem to be helping. That's when I can try acting as if. Ooh, let's break it down and talk about it, y'all. I'm all about being authentic in my grief. We talk about this all the time. The being authentic, being true to how you feel, being true, and genuinely and authentically revealing how you feel, being authentic in your grief is so important. We're not going to hide or mask anything. We're not going to fake the funk on a nasty dunk. We're not going to pretend. No, we are going to express how we truly feel, right? We talked about being authentic in our grief. We learned that if I'm honest, right, because we don't want to lie. People say, "How you doing?" I'm fine, and you're not, right? We don't want to lie. We don't want to be fake, phony. We don't want to do none of that. We want to be honest as we navigate through our grief, right? We learn that if we're honest, that we can get any moment that we can't, if we're not honest, I'm sorry, we can't get any momentum towards healing. What helps us to navigate on this grief journey is honesty. You shall know the truth shall set you free. That honesty, that truth helps us to gain momentum on our journey. If we're not honest with ourselves, if we're not honest with our feelings, if we're not honest with what we're experiencing and what we're going through and what we're dealing with, if we are not honest, right, we cannot get momentum towards healing. So we understand that, right? But once in a while, I need a little push, right? I might get stuck in a self sabotaging rut, and none of my honest morning efforts seem to be helping. That's when I can try acting as if. What does that mean? In cognitive behavioral therapy, clients sometimes taught to act as if they already are what they want to be. In essence, they role play. Let's say I'm feeling insecure and incapable. I can pretend I'm self assured, I can pretend I'm self assured, confident person. I can act as if I'm brave. I really love this concept. Sometimes we need a little push. This is not being fake, phony, Tony baloney, but this is acting as if. Sometimes we need a little push, right? Sometimes we need that reassurance. Sometimes it's good just to act as if. I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking about the little train, the little train that was carrying this load up this hill that no other train wanted to carry, right? And the little train, y'all know the old school story. The little train started to say, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, right? To gain this momentum in order to carry this load over this hill, right? Started acting as if I got the power and the ability to make this happen. And so many times, y'all, even as it relates to just grief and even our lives, period, right? Um, I remember somebody saying I was in a workshop or class or something with young people, and they were telling it was dressed for success, and what they were telling them, they said you want to make sure you dress like a prospect and not a suspect, right? And I thought it was a cute little saying. And the message that they were relaying was to act as if, right? That I don't want to dress in this particular instance. I don't want to dress like I'm a suspect. I want to make sure I dress for success. I want to dress like I'm a prospect. So I'm going to act as if, right? As if I got the job, as if I'm already successful, as if I'm already walking in the fullness of what I desire. And sometimes, even in grief, that's the mindset that we take on, that I'm going to act as if, that I'm going to put myself and position myself, right, as if I'm healed, as if I'm navigating through this thing in a great way. I'm going to read it again. In cognitive behavioral therapy, clients are sometimes taught to act as if they already are what they want to be. Let me ask you, what is it that you want to be, right? What is it that you want to be, right? And how can you position yourself when you need that push, when you need that boost, to act as if you're already there? Yeah, this visualization, this, and it happens in so many times, right? It happens in so many different instances. We role play, and we do this with success. When we were children, acting as if we were the pastor. You ever played church and act as if you was the pastor? Somebody had to preach, somebody had to shout, somebody had to be the deacon, somebody had to be the worship leader, right? You're acting as if, or you're acting as if you are a sports football player, a basketball player, acting as if you're a businessman, acting as if you are a successful one. We begin to role play, right? In certain areas of our life, because this is what we aspire to be. This is what we aspire to do. So they're taught that acting as if already want them to be, in essence, they role play. Let's say I'm feeling insecure and incapable. If you're feeling insecure and incapable as it relates to your grief, I can pretend I'm self assured, that I'm a confident person. I can act as if I'm brave. Here's the final thought, y'all. Sometimes acting as if helps me regain the healthy momentum I need. Sometimes acting as if helps me to regain the healthy momentum that I need. This is a wonderful tool to put into your toolkit as you navigate through your grief journey. That sometimes we have to put ourselves in that position. We have to move forward and act as if, to give us the momentum, the boost that we need in order to proceed and succeed. Today, my brothers and sisters, is day 187. This message is straight from heaven. I can try acting as if. Come on, holler at your boy. If you got any questions or anything, let me know. Drop it down below. I appreciate y'all joining us today. Drop it down below. Drop it down below. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. I did that role playing thing, and in actuality, I was broken on the inside. As a result, grief not dealt with made me physically sick. Oh, Loretta, I'm sorry to hear that. And I wanna be clear. I appreciate you sharing that. I want to be clear, even in the devotion, right? And I love the way they started it out. They started out saying, so we're not going to deny our feelings or our reality. It's all about being authentic in grief, right? We learn to be authentic. We learn that if I'm honest, I can get any momentum. If I'm not honest, I can't get any momentum towards healing, right? So I want to be sure. I'm not talking about living in a perpetual state of acting as if, because we understand that we got to be authentic, we got to be honest as we navigate through our journey. We want to, that's the only way to make progress. Even sometimes we just need a little boost, we just need a little motivation. So it's kind of like it's a booster. It's not something that we put on for extended periods of time, because we want to be honest and genuine and authentic in how we feel. So it's like a booster. It's not something that we live in. It's like when you start talking about survival mode, you're not supposed to live in survival mode. You kick into it for certain periods of time, for certain situations, but you're not supposed to stay in it. And even acting as if, it's not something that we live in, it's not something that we stay in, because we may not be genuinely and true and authentic to how to what we really feel. But so we are authentic and honest in our mourning, but there may be times, right? There may be times where we kick into that, we switch into that just to give us a boost, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I appreciate you sharing your comment. Prayers for the Macon family. Y'all make sure y'all keep the Macon family lifted up. My late father was a pastor, and when people would ask him how I was after the death of my sister, his response was, Loretta is a lot stronger than you think she is, and I lived without dealing with grief in 2001 for months. It took that for me to learn that the hardest part of dealing with grief is allowing yourself to walk into the pain and really feel it. Yes, you are 1,000% correct. You are 1,000% correct. And that is the purpose of this platform, is to bring awareness, education that can evolve into actionable items, practical things that are practical, portable, and applicable. And reading your comment, right now, if I could go back, that would be a conversation. Like, put your pops, when you say she's a lot stronger than you think, I'm not. I'm not. And please stop saying that. And I'm not, because now I feel forced to live up to a false expectation because you have projected this on me and I don't feel strong at all. Matter of fact, it's cool to be weak. The Bible says that his strength is made perfect in his weakness. And right now, I don't need my strength because I'm not, I need the strength of God to help me because I am very weak. And so please stop articulating that to the people, number one. Number two, so I don't have to feel like I'm in prison. I'm in this prison of expectation that I got to live up to, that I'm struggling to live up to, right? No. And so that's authentic, the authentic and honestness of how you feel. And you are absolutely right. When it comes to dealing with grief, allowing yourself to walk into the pain and really feel it. That's how you navigate through it. We don't ignore it, we explore it. We don't conceal it, we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out, right? And so that is how you navigate through the process. You don't avoid the pain. You don't fight the feeling, right? You invite the feeling. Ooh, I like that. Don't fight the feeling, invite the feeling. That's how you make it through. Ooh, I love it. I appreciate it. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the commentary on today. I hope and pray this lesson was a blessing to each and every one of you. Hope and pray y'all have a phenomenal Friday and a wonderful weekend. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place, for another Good Morning Grief Devotion. Let's go.